Chaos Kitchen. Today we're making Ensenada style fish tacos or Rosarito style fish tacos or Baja style fish tacos. Basically, we're doing beer battered fish with pico de gallo, a little chipotle cream sauce. Yeah, that's it. Let me get my hair out of the way because it's weird today. Can you tell that I really like lime green? Because I'm wearing my lime green pants. And I'm wearing my fish because it's giving fresh tilapia. We're not using tilapia today. We're using merluza, which I don't know the English one, but whatever. It's whitefish. It's fine. Let's get our basket to see what we're serving today. You need tomatoes for your pico de gallo, avocado. It's telling me if it's good. Lemons. I got red, but I think I'm gonna use this one. And cilantro, of course. Corn tortillas for your cacos. I didn't make my own because I didn't want to. And then you need to juggle. No, you don't need to juggle. We're gonna deep fry our fish and we're gonna make the beer batter. So you need flour, beer, and fish. Where's my fish? For the toppings, you will need the green lemons and cabbage, because this is Ensenada style. For the chipotle sauce slaw thing, chipotle ranch dressing I'm making, so you need yogurt that I'm using instead of sour cream, mayonnaise, chipotle. So let's get this in the fridge and let's start with our fish. What should I start with? Oh, that's a good beer. Ooh, best-selling beer of all time. La cerveza más fina. Okay, start your beer batter. Let's start off with halves and halves. Let's do 1 cup of flour. The flour has to be condimented, right? So the flour should have salt, pepper, paprika, like whatever you want to put. Paprika, pepper, garlic powder. Yeah, sure, whatever. So mix that. Why'd you get my tiny whisk? My mom has a tinier whisk than my tiny whisk, but this is my tiny whisk. So let's do half a cup of beer first to see, because it should be equal parts, I think. Yeah, definitely needs the other cup. So make sure I don't know the word for grumos, I guess like balls. Flower bells sounds like, I don't know, what a flower ball. I mean, it could be something really like fancy, like Bridgerton, like, the flower ball for spring. Now that it's smooth, so this is the batter you're gonna be using. Put it to the side. Let's cut up your cabbage. Get it as small as you can. Put it in water. Cabbage to the side. Now, pico de gallo. You know what I've been thinking? That it's like, we've had a word for cringe in Mexico, or I don't know, other Latin-speaking countries. I don't know. I always say Mexico, and then some Colombian will be like, actually, in Colombia we also don't. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just say Mexico because I don't want to suppose that it's all of Latam. So cut up your tomato in small pieces. I was talking to these people the other day. So we were at this taco place, and so then they were like, so they don't have desserts here. And they were like, hey, so what's a typical Mexican dessert? And I said, oh, tres leches, which is 3 milks, because it's a cake made of 3 milks. I don't know what the 3 milks are. I think it's condensed milk and then normal milk and then, I don't know. Comment down below what 3 milks they are. Because I wasn't going to say flan because flan is very popular in Mexico. And so is arroz con leche, but that's bad. So I said, oh, 3 leches. And this girl was like, actually, that's Latin American. And then I Googled it, and it is origin Nicaragua. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I just know that, all the birthday cakes are 3 leches. And it's a great cake. It's like wet. I should make it wet. I've never made 3 leches. I always say in Mexico, I know enough about all of Latam. Just suppose. How am I gonna turn around and be like, yeah, in Venezuela they do. I don't know about Venezuela, Speaking of, I was thinking like if I should do story times here to be entertaining and to have like one string. So there are these famous lesbians in Spain. There were a couple that had a YouTube channel together and then they broke up. So then it was like they had to fight over, it was like, who's keeping the child? But the child was the YouTube channel and like the Instagram platform. They're like Spain's most famous lesbians. Millennial version. Anyways, for one time I accidentally ended up partying with them. They did this event thing. It was really cool, actually. It was like they talked to some people about LGBTQ, right? It was also like a DJ and all-woman jazz band. There was this like blind trans singer-songwriter. There was also like a mercadillo. I don't know, you know the typical queer parties where it's like they have like a party afterwards. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So one of my flatmates was going out with one of the famous lesbians' friends, right? So she invited us to go with them. So we're there. We're chilling. And then the girl that my flatmate was dating is like, do you want to come and have dinner with the famous lesbians? And we were like, oh shit, where they're gonna take. We were all poor, so it's like I can't afford to go to a 3 Michelin star restaurant right now. And then we ended up going to Burger King. I was with my flatmates, which were both girls, and they had their like best friend who was a guy, who was also kind of my bestie. My friend, he invites this guy who was so hot. He was like a photographer. He came off his motorcycle and he was like one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen in my life. And then my friend, he never invited him again. And I was like, dude, when are you gonna like connect a girl? You know, when are you gonna help a brother out? The brother being me. So we're in this giant table in Burger King with all of these lesbians, because they're these famous lesbians. They have like a big lesbian crew. You know how lesbians, like, you know how YouTuber lesbians are, that they just hang out. They're like a big group. It's like an entourage, and they like travel together. And then it's Pride, and they have their little float together. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. You know how the gays, they also have their entourages. So we're at the table, and they're all looking at my guy friend and his super hot guy friend, his super hot photographer guy friend. And they were all like, who the fuck are they? Because, like, it's not that they hate guys, but it's just like, why are you here, you know? So we ended up going to a lesbian bar. I don't know, they were really in their little group. And then my friend who was dating the other girl, they started, like, making out or whatever. So the hot photographer leaves. And I'm like, no, the love of my life, he's left. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. My guy friend, he's like, do you want to go meet out with my guy friends? And I'm like, okay, sure. So we go to this other bar filled with like popcorn on the floor and on the bar. I don't know. So we get there, and it's my guy friend's like little group of friends, which is his entourage. Basically, my guy friend, he's like the dudes he's known his whole life, like his little group of 5 dudes, and that includes a brother duo. So the older brother had a girlfriend, right? So this girl is there, and she, like, you could tell that she was kind of like the one of the boys kind of girl. When we walk in, she looks at me and she just like stank face, like another woman. And I was like, dude, what the hell? I'm like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Lisa. And she's like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm Mexico. And she's like, Mexico? Your country's kind of a shithole, right? One, rude as hell. I will tell you, that's not the first time that's happened to me. Happens all the time. Like, you're walking around in Europe and people are like, where's that accent from? And you're like, Mexico. And they're like, oh, your country sucks, right? And you're like, fuck you? Like, okay. But you know what the worst part about the whole interaction was? That she was from Venezuela. Like, pot calling the kettle black, friend. Who do you think you are, amistad? But anyways, we ended up going to another bar, like a club, but you know, one of those tiny clubs, how it is in Europe, where you have these clubs that are like 40 square meters. Right, cut your onion as small as you can. I'm gonna mix this to check if I want to do the other half of the onion. See, it ends up being like, damn it, I wanted to finish this onion. Anyways, we go to this other bar. I like met this girl at the bathroom and we became besties. And she had this amazing purple lipstick. And I was like, I love your purple lipstick, girl. This is a serrano. Yes, let's pretend it's a serrano. If it's a jalapeno, don't at me. You know how hard it is to get freaking fresh chili peppers in España? It's fucking hard. I'm working with what I have, you guys. So the packs, they usually come with a bunch of habaneros, and they usually come with red habaneros, but I kind of grabbed all of the green ones from the other packs so that I could steal them. I mean, I switched them out for the red ones in the other packs, but I took all of the green ones. I stole all the green habaneros. I meet this girl at the bathroom, and I'm like, I love your black lipstick. And she's like, oh my god, let me paint your lips. So she painted my lips like really dark purple. And I come out of the bathroom, and my guy friend is like, what the hell did you do to your face? And I'm like, I made a bestie. And we started hugging, and he's like, what the hell, Isa? We leave the club, and so in Barcelona, there's just dudes selling you beer everywhere. For, like, if you're waiting outside the club and you want to have, in Mexico we call them camineras, but it's like the walking drink, you know, the drink you drink while you're walking from one place to another. I know it's very alcoholic, but you know how it is. Don't touch your face. I was about to touch my face. Hell yeah, pico de gallo. So pull out your cilantro, but you don't have to be like super fancy about it. You know, you can even get some stems in there. Like, no one's judging you. So we got some beers and we walked back to my place because I used to live very close to the city center. So the guy, the room that I was living in, he used to live in that room before I moved in. And apartment was like a party flat because since it was so central, people would just kind of sleep over in our couches. So like I used to have where I would wake up on a Sunday morning and there would be just random ass people in our couch. So yeah, it was like where people went to die. Okay, done. To the side. We're done chopping. We're gonna take out the meat, this whatever. What the fuck? Merluza. How do I open this? So you should get like fillets. If this is your tortilla and you want like this size, so for example, okay, so here, this is one. I'll do this one here, and then two here, I think. I hope my friend who's a fisherman doesn't see this, because he'll probably be like, how the hell are you preparing these fish? So, put this in your batter. Fill up with canola oil. I'm doing like half a liter. Okay, so put this to 0.4, or not the full 6. What you do is you put your chopstick in, and if it has bubbles, do you see them? Do you see the bubbles? So take your deep frying tool and deep fry. Take the batter out a little bit and woo! I shouldn't be deep frying because I'm not ready. But I'm a mess. That's why it's the chaos kitchen. While your fish is deep frying, remember to prepare like the deep frying thing, a paper towel to like soak up the fat. Okay, so in a bowl, combine yogurt because you don't have sour cream. So do like 1 tablespoon each of mayonnaise and yogurt. And then put in about like 1 teaspoon of chipotle. I'm putting a lot, but I'm crazy. So mix until they're both combined. And you can taste test it. I'm adding a lot, but I'm crazy. So you chop everything ready before, because the tortillas don't take anything.
You can heat up your tortillas in a pan, but I did them in the microwave because I'm lazy.
So cut up your lemons. And, was it this one? Let's see if I got it right. I keep winning because I keep being the GOAT. Let's assemble our fish taco. So you do the chipotle ranch, then one of your fish fillets, then pico de gallo, a little bit of this shit, avocado slice, lemon squeeze. Oh. Hello. It's so good, you guys. We can all enjoy life as it's meant to be lived. Eating deliciously. One cold Corona in one hand, one fish taco in the other. This is how life is meant to be enjoyed, guys. Cheers. Okay, so we got some heated up tortillas here, some fishies here. So I'm gonna make a couple of tacos and finish telling you the story. That is not that good, but whatever. So we leave the club and then we did like a whole photo shoot. And so we went back to my place to keep drinking. And we did an after party until 2 p.m. the next day. I don't even understand how I'm alive. But anyways, we go to sleep, we pass out, and then we get waken up by the girl who was friends with the famous lesbian. So she wakes up my guy friend by literally throwing him a glass of water in the face, and he wakes up like, what the hell? We're there, hangover as hell. So he gets a text from this girl like, hey, or my friend is having a barbecue if you want to come over. So he's like, do you guys want to go to this girl's like friend's house who's having a barbecue? We're like, sure, whatever. And we get to this barbecue. It's like a really petit comité kind of situation. He shouldn't have brought like 5 people along, but he did. And then the girl, she's like, let's go over to my place and continue drinking. But then my flatmates were like, you know what, we're beat. And he's like, Isa, you should come with me, you know? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so he told me on the way there, like, this girl, I slept with her before, but I don't want to sleep with her again. So we're drinking G's and T's, and we're with this couple. And it was really obvious that this couple, which were these girls' flatmates, they really wanted us to leave because they wanted to, like, go to sleep together. So we were kind of invading their privacy. And so we started telling stories, and just imagine that me and my guy bestie had spent the last 20 hours drinking and partying together. So we were doing this thing where we were finishing each other's sentences, and it was really annoying, like in hindsight. And so we're telling these stories, and then I'm looking at this couple who's very obviously waiting for us to leave, and I look at my guy friend, and it's very obvious that this girl kind of wants to date him. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave, because it's becoming a couple situation, right? So I'm like, you know what? I've been partying, as we've been saying, for like 30 hours at this point. So I think I'm gonna head home. And then immediately my guy bestie gets up like, I'm leaving with Issa. Dude, if you saw the face of the girl who invited us over to her place, she was fucking angry. And she's just like, really? You're leaving? And then we're in the elevator and I'm like, dude, I thought she was gonna kill you. And he's like, yeah, me too. She was really gonna kill you. And so I was like, dude, you should not have left with me because like we're telling our little stories together and we're like, hee hee hee. And then you leave with me. What the hell are people gonna think? And he's like, Issa, I already slept with her. I don't want to sleep with her anymore. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? So anyways, that's the story about the time that hardest I've partied. I know I've partied harder in, you know, party wise, but I think that's the longest I've been like in a continuous party. So yeah, not that entertaining, but whatever. You have a recipe for fish tacos, so bye, Zam.